How's it going, guys? This is Isolated here, bringing you ICBA Season 2, week number 4. This week we're facing Scizor, which is probably the biggest YouTuber I've ever played, which is really cool. So yeah, he's got a really good team, obviously, you can see there. But you can see on my screen, on the bottom, we did make some changes to the team. I had to use all 3 of my free agents, so I can't really do any more unless I want to trade, because you can do unlimited trades, you just can't do unlimited. You can only do 3 free agencies. So I switched out Aegislash, got Ferrozma, because Aegislash wasn't doing anything for me. I had a Steel type in Registeel, and I didn't really need anything else, and I really wanted to use Palo Sand, so that fills my Ghost slot. I also get a Ground type, which I didn't have before. I traded Aegislash, Breloom, and Vikavolt for Ferrozma, Palo Sand, and Whimsicott. I needed a Fairy type. I didn't have a Fairy type, so yeah, I needed one of those. So I have Whimsicott. I usually don't draft that poorly, but I was in the middle of the PMC draft, and I had to, to do some stuff. So hopefully this will repair the team, and we'll be able to play better, because we are 2-1, but it doesn't really, I mean, both of my wins were kind of lucky-ish, not like hacksy, but kind of, things went my way, so that was good. But anyway, let's get right into his team. He's got the Blaziken, which is Speed Boost Blaziken, so it's not a Blaze Phase, it's Speed Boost, which is the S tier thing. That's annoying, and it gets Swords Dance, and it gets Stone Edge for Talonflame. It gets so much coverage. It gets Thunder Punch for Tentacruel, which is annoying. It gets EQ too, I think. So he'll probably run EQ over Thunder Punch, because he could run Thunder Punch for Water types, but Tentacruel is also weak to EQ, and EQ does more than Thunder Punch. And Thunder Punch, I mean, Thunder Punch will hit. I'm saying Thunder Punch way too much. Oh my gosh, Thunder Punch will hit. What is it called? Talonflame. So he might run that, but I don't know. I'm hoping he runs EQ. So I'm hoping. Which is a bit odd, but anyway, he's got Latios, which is scary as well. Luckily we have Registeel and Tyranitar, things to deal with it, but if it's Choice Scarf, that could be a problem, definitely, or if it's even Choice Specs, hell, I mean, it's definitely a threat. And then he's got Milotic, Skarmory. They're both weak to Electric, but it's still a deadly core, because he does have Gligar, and Roserade to soak Electric hits, and Diggersby. In fact, he hasn't really, I don't think he's used Gligar yet. I really like Gligar, but he hasn't really. I think he was offering it for trade earlier. I don't think he actually traded it. So we're gonna have to deal with it if he does bring it, which I think it has a good potential to come. Diggersby has always been a threat. It's gonna be a threat forever. I mean, huge power, quick attack with SD. It gets so much coverage. It could hit everything under the sun, and it's a problem. So Sneasel, I don't think it's really fit for this matchup. It's definitely good though. I mean, if you have the ability to pick up Sneasel, definitely do it in draft format, because I feel like it runs under the radar a lot when prepping, because if your opponent has Sneasel, like if your opponent has Weavile, you're gonna prep for it, right? If your opponent has Sneasel, you might not prep for it. You might prep for it. You just might not prep for it as much as you probably should, because Weavile is strong and Sneasel is not as strong. But Sneasel's still fast, and it could be a threat, it could definitely be a problem, but I don't think he'll bring it. He could, it puts on the pressure with Ice Shard and shit like that, but I don't know, it's a possibility, so who knows. Next up is Roserade. I think he likes using Roserade. He's brought it a couple times now already, so it could be a problem with like HP Fire. That could be we do have Goodra, so that's nice, but who knows? It does get hazard stacking, like spikes and toxic spikes, so that could be a problem. Definitely gotta bring a hazard removal for that. You got Comfey, which may come. Comfey and Mismagius are both pretty good against my Ferrozma. So, I keep pronouncing it wrong. Pheromosa. It's not Ferrozma. If he does bring either of them, he could bring both. I don't think he will. I think he'll bring either one, because both of them wall Pheromosas dual stabs. So yeah, that could be a problem. And then Tauros. I don't think he's brought Tauros yet. Gligar and Tauros are the only ones he hasn't brought so far, and I don't know if he'll bring it. It just kind of gets outclassed by like Blaziken. So let's get right into the team that I'm bringing. First up, we have Pheromosa. There it is. We have enough speed to outspeed. What would it be? I think it's like a Sneasel. No, it's not a Sneasel. It's a Latios, because first of all, I don't predict him to bring the Sneasel, and even if he does, he's probably gonna go for like Ice Shard and stuff. I don't really want to stay in on Sneasel, so you know, it's kind of like whatever. I want to be able to outspeed Latios though, so that's what this speed's for. And this special attack actually will let me do a lot to especially defensive. It has a chance to OHKO especially defensive Gligar, which is amazing, with Ice Beam at least, obviously. Poison Jab is nice for the Comfey if he does end up wanting to bring it. That's pretty much all it hits, but I kind of wanted it there. And then, you know, High Jump Kick, it's a lot of things. His Ghost type is Mismagius, and if he doesn't bring Mismagius, then we can just High Jump Kick everything, and then we are like naughty, so it's going to boost our attack. And then U-turn, just obviously we'll outspeed everything and just go for U-turn, unless he brings... honestly, the only thing I'm scared of is any Scarfers and Priority. And Speed Boost Blaziken, obviously, but I'm not going to stay in on Speed Boost Blaziken at all. So yeah, like Quick Attack, Diggersby, and Ice Shard Sneasel. Other than that, if it brings no Scarfers, then we'll be really good with this Pheromosa. Jeez. Pile Sand is up. I don't know how this set is gonna work. I don't think it will work, but yeah, if you did not know, Pile Sand's a Pokemon, and it gets weakness policy because I want to boost my special attack. So the Shadow Ball will do a lot. I'm basically gonna try to switch this thing in on my Milotic and get the Water Compaction to double my defense, so then I'm gonna be able to take a lot of physical hits, and with my natural physical bulk. And then I'm going to Amnesia, which will double my special defense, which will let me take really any special hit, and then Toxic to wear down things like Milotic and basically anything I can't hit with Shadow Ball, like Diggersby, maybe Gligar. If Gligar brings immunity, then not really, but I don't think he can bring immunity and defog. I don't think that's compatible. But yeah, hopefully this thing can work. If he does bring Roserade, we'll have to get up like at least 2 Amnesias to actually be able to beat that thing one-on-one. But Weakness Policy is just so that I can do more damage than usual. Shadow Ball hits most things. Again, the 2 things I can't Toxic are Skarmory and Roserade, and hopefully I'll be able to do enough with Shadow Ball with the Weakness Policy so that I don't get walled out by those things. Next up is Rewind, our Goodra. I don't know why I named it that. It should be Leviathan, because that's what I name all my Goodras. I've used Goodra a few times in League format. I'm pretty comfortable with it. I haven't brought it yet, surprisingly, because Registeel is usually better. But in this matchup, I like it because Choice Specs Goodra really runs through his team. Dragon Pulse, I could change to Draco Meteor. Again, this team's kind of a rough draft, but kind of not. I just don't want to lower my special attack with Draco. Even though, you know, I don't think it's really gonna matter. I don't think I'm gonna be staying in a lot with this thing. I'm just gonna be switching it in on Roserade, and then because it does get Sap Sipper, so he can't put me to sleep, he can't Leechy me or anything like that. Switch it into Roserade, and then just bop something, just hit something extremely hard. This thing hits most of his team super effectively. I was thinking about Sludge Wave for Comfey, but I wanted Muddy Water for Blaziken just in case. And you know, and for I don't know, I could change that to Sludge Wave. Again, I gotta go through a few things with myself. So yeah, Gib is next. Tentacle, physically defensive with the Shuckleberry. This could take an Earthquake from Diggersby and go for fire back with a Surf. Surf over Scald. Again, I could change that because initially I was gonna run like a sub Acupressure set to set up on Milotic, but if I already have Palo Sand for that, it's not really gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be good. So I don't really need this sub Acupressure. I asked Johnny GB, which is the commissioner. We are allowed to run Acupressure, but I just decided not to because it's kind of whatever. And I could change Surf to Scald. I had Surf because I can't burn Blaziken, and this was mainly here to take an Earthquake or a Tectonic Rage from Blaziken and fire back as hard as I can with Surf, and then hopefully be able to clean up with something else. But I have a substitute there just in case, you know, I can sub up on like Skarmory, maybe, you know, Gligar probably. No, never mind, Gligar gets EQ. What am I thinking? Maybe Roserade, definitely Comfey, and definitely Milo. I don't know if I already said Milotic. I probably did, but yeah, and then we can sub and then Toxic things. Again, pretty annoying. I understand that it's pretty stally kind of philosophy with this, but that's okay, because we're not going to be able to beat things like Latios and Diggersby one-on-one. We're just going to try to get as much damage off with the Surf and the Scald, or with the Surf, and you know, that's pretty much it. So yeah, and when I can't Surf, I'll just go for Toxic, other than Roserade, because Roserade I cannot hit. I was thinking about going Ice Beam over Toxic, but I wanted something to hit the Milotic and the Comfey. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Next up is Sky Arrow. I don't know what are those W's are for, so I don't know, but anyway. So yeah, we have Acrobatics, Swords Dance, Fire Blast, and Natural Gift Ice for the Gligar, because I feel like he might bring Gligar. You know, I feel like, you know, Talonflame is actually extremely good against him. And it's, like, honestly, I get an SD up in Acrobatics, it's just doing so much damage. The only real switch in he has is going to be that Gligar. And if Gligar comes in and I go an SD up, as it switches in, like, say I'm, like, in against Blaziken, and I'm at full health, obviously. Oh, I need to change this to Gale-Wings, holy crap. Jeez, yeah, make sure you have that. Say I'm in against Blaziken or Roserade, something I know he's gonna switch, maybe even Skarmory, and it's desperate. If I go for Swords Dance, he's switching to Gligar, I can go for the Natural Gift Ice, and I'll take that thing out. I won't have an item anymore, so Acrobatics will do much more damage. I might change this to Roost, because I could SD and then Roost on the Gligar all day, unless he wants to like Toxic or something. He'll probably have something for this thing, that's the thing, if he does bring Gligar. I just wanted Roost because I wanted to be able to get back my Gale-Wings if I need it. Truth is, I mean, other than Blaziken, I outspeed his entire team anyway, so I don't really need the Gale-Wings too much, but on the off chance that and then Fire Blast is there because if the Skarmory has got any damage on it at all, if we got Stealth Fox up and it took the damage, and we go for a Fire Blast, we'll kill it. Flare Blitz will take take recoil from me, and then he can just bring in Blaziken and go for Protect once, and even if I Swords Dance, he'll outspeed because I won't have Gale-Wings anymore, and then he'll take me out. Whereas Fire Blast, it won't take recoil from me, so if I can kill that thing with one Fire Blast, then I'll sell my Gale-Wings and Blaziken can't revenge kill me. So that's basically the gist with this. That rhymes. So anyway, yeah, hopefully this can. I mean, you know, Talonflame's on my win con for sure in this matchup. And also just to outspeed like priority, like if Diggersby wants to go for quick attack, if I have no item and I'm at +2, I can Acrobatics that thing because I'll have a priority over him. So yeah, not Sneasel though. I will not outspeed an Ice Shard Sneasel. If he brings Sneasel, that'll be annoying because he could bring I should run like middle. If he brings like low kick Sneasel, that could be a potential bring, but I'm hoping he doesn't do that. So I should actually change this to Light Mail again because low kick. If he does end up bringing low kick, it won't do nearly as much to me. I'm kind of mixed defensive because I want the Sugar Berry and I want to be able to live a hit from the Diggersby and hopefully counter it back. But I also want to be specially defensive for the Latios because I don't want that thing wearing me down. I might go fully specially defensive. I know I'm not going fully physically defensive because I need this thing for Latios. Again, a few things I might tweak, but at the same time, a few things I might not tweak, you know? So yeah, counter, Stealth Fox, Ice Punch, and EQ. Ice Punch is there for the Gligar. I don't want to be set up fodder, I guess, if he wants to bring like a Swords Dance Agility something like that. Maybe Baton Pass, an SD into Blaziken to just destroy us. I don't want that to happen, so I do have the Ice Punch there. EQ hits Blaziken. It's pretty much that's it. I don't really know why I have EQ there. I guess because I don't want to get set up on by Blaziken, which makes sense. I mean, I'm probably not going to be switching out a lot against Blaziken because, I mean, there's not many switches on my team to that monster. So, I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense. You know, if I go for Earthquake, if he doesn't know I have Earthquake and I go for it, as he goes for SD and I get a lot of damage off, that'll be really nice. So, yeah. That's pretty much that. Hopefully we can keep up rocks on the field. I don't think he really likes to bring hazard removal, and that's what's really good for me because I could take that opportunity to get the rocks up, and hopefully they'll stay up. He has Defog Latios, Defog Skarm, and a potential Defog Gligar. But if he does bring Defog Gligar, he won't have immunity. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I should know. I've used Gligar. So, yeah, that's going to be the team. I hope we can pick up a win. It's going to be really hard, though. I mean, I know Scizor is a really good battler. And yeah, I'm just pretty excited to battle him because it's should be exciting. And yeah, if you didn't check out, I have some other leagues on my channel, so make sure you go check out my other league battles. I'm in like a bunch now. I don't even know. I'm probably in too deep, but anyway, that should be fine, whatever. Hoping to, basically, the game plan going into the game. I might live record, depending on what time it is, I might live record when we actually battle, but game plan is just to get as much damage off of Pheromosa. Try to sweep with this, probably won't happen. Again, damage, kind of get the rocks up and try to beat Diggersby, and then just sweep, hopefully. This team is not built to switch into things, honestly. We don't have reliable recovery on our walls. The only reliable recovery we have is recover Avalugg, which is not good. So, yeah, this team is just, this whole draft in general is not really built to completely wall things out, because, again, we will get worn down after a while. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the battle. This should go up Sunday, and then the battle goes up Monday, but if this is up on Monday, I apologize. I'm just kind of late with some things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.